Before starting off this segment, I just wanted to share with you something that my friends told me yesterday. I shared the video with a couple of my friends. So, being friends, I knew that they're going to be brutally honest about their feedback. So, there are three words which I received from them. One was that I was very self conscious. Second, that I was very apprehensive in the way I was speaking. The third was that I was very vague. I'm not going to clarify it here, but trust me, I take your feedback very seriously and I will improve along the way. Like I said yesterday, this is new for me, being in front of a camera alone and talking to the lens. So, yeah, I will be slightly apprehensive, self-conscious because I'm again technically very critical about the things I shoot in my camera. So, yeah, but I just need to let it go. Sometimes you just need to enjoy things, right? I mean, what is it all about at the end of the day? I'm here talking to you guys. I know there are some of you guys already there watching me. So I'm going to take it in that sense. We are all friends here, so I don't need to be very, very conscious and very, very apprehensive about what I'm saying. So I'll get along with the flow. And hopefully, not hopefully, I'm sure I'll improve along the way. So thank you to my friends who pointed this out. So I'm going to make a very honest effort in rectifying those issues. Now, if you have not seen the first video yet, please do watch it. Do like it and do subscribe. Turn on the notifications too, because that is how you're going to be part of this journey with me. Now, getting back to this segment. One thing that you need to know about me is that I'm a very organized person. I'm organized in the worst possible way sometimes. My friends who know me would agree to this. So, with this YouTube channel also, I'm bringing in defined segments. There are going to be very, very definite segments where each segment will deal with something specific. So this video is all about introducing those segments. So when you see that, that poster of that segment, you will understand what it is all about. So basically, we are going to talk about 6 different segments. Without further ado, let's get on with it. Appreciate. The word is very, very new. Trust me, it is not there in the language. I coined it myself, mainly because of the fact that I see a lot of YouTubers around. I am a person who is crazily browsing YouTube channels and YouTubers. So I feel that there are a lot of them reacting to things. Some of them are completely admiring what they see, some of them are completely dissing it, some of them are being very critical of it. So for me, I'm a person who likes to see the positive in almost everything. So I thought, why not appreciate whatever I'm reacting to? So this is going to be a segment where I appreciate to whatever I react. So it could be YouTube videos, it could be songs, whatever it is, my reaction is going to be in an appreciative manner. So let's bring in an air of positivity and happiness, because isn't that what we need right now? So appreciate. Coma. Now this is quite an interesting segment because this defines me. Crazy on movies, music and adventure. Movies. I'm a movie buff. I've worked in a movie. I've written 2 scripts. So movies is everything for me. But I'm not like the typical moviegoer who reads the synopsis sometimes, talks to people, takes their reviews. No. I just go by a hunch sometimes. I just, let's say, listen to the title and I decide I should watch this. I'll give you an example. There is this movie called 10-inch Hero. I'm not sure how many of you have watched it. But I just went by the title and found the movie very interesting. So that is about movies. With music, I've always been into music because from the time I was born, my brother was a tabla player. So he's 8 years elder to me. And from the time I remember, I've always heard the sound of tabla in my house. So music was always there. And I've got some very good friends who are established musicians also. So yes, and to add to that, before I forget, I'm a person who keeps browsing YouTube for new musicians and new music. So every day it is like a routine for me to search for new songs or new bands. So I'll be introducing some of them to you and talking about them, about their history, about what they're doing now, and discussing some of their songs also. So it will not be like the entire song sometimes, but then I would like you to know that band also. So yeah, so that's about the music part. The adventure part is all about who I am as a traveler. So I've done some solo travels. I've had some very exciting experiences along the way. Taken some very good pictures also. So I'll be sharing those pictures and discussing about the travels I've done. There are a lot more travels to come. Once this whole COVID situation is over, I'll be going along my way. So yeah, so life is a coma, right? It is never a coma as in not the COMA, but COMMA, which is like there is no full stop as of now. So let's keep the sentence going. Photosphere. Photosphere is very personal and very special to me. It is a segment which deals with photography. I've been shooting images for 15 years now, and I've worked in photography companies. So I was fortunate enough to meet some of the most established photographers in the country, and also have a lot of friends who are into that field. So this segment is basically going to, let's say, celebrate some of their work, talk about some of the images I have clicked, and also offer you some tips on photography the way I do it. I don't consider myself as an expert, but then I have my own way of shooting images. Mainly with the fact that I try to find a story in each image I shoot. So there is this very exciting story about people looking at photography as a very technical thing. So I keep telling them, as much as photography is a technical thing, it is also a very emotional and personal thing also. So for me, each image I shoot, there is a definite story to it. So Photosphere is going to cover every aspect of photography that I am personally in touch with. So Photosphere. Skill zone. The word is very interesting, right? It kind of sounds like kill zone. Yes, that was the idea when I was thinking about it. But I thought, like I said, I browse YouTube quite a lot, and I come across all these people who are exhibiting their skills in YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and whatnot. So these might be people with very simple skill sets. I would call it very simple skill set because it doesn't require a lot of practice sometimes. It could just be, people arranging cards in a specific way. That comes with practice. But there are people who have very intricate skill sets also, like pottery, some of the most complicated chefs that I've seen online. So I just wanted to bring these people into the limelight. I wanted to introduce them through the channel, talk about whatever I saw of them. If I can bring them in person to the channel, having to talk with them, let's see how that goes. But Skill Zone is all about people with skills of their own. Who are you? Haven't you heard this question more than once in your life? You might have asked this question to people also. We are all curious to know who somebody is when we meet them. In YouTube and other channels, I have seen a lot of interviews featuring celebrities or people who have done something very significant socially. But for me, I was always intrigued by people around me. These could be very normal people. I still remember going for an office party in Residency Tower. So there is this huge guy standing by the door. He opens the door for us. He has this huge mustache, and he smiles with that mustache, which was very interesting because looking at him, he looks like this very rough and tough guy, but then he has such a sweet smile. So then I was wondering, all those people who were going inside the door never really bothered to look at him or even acknowledge him. And I felt that these were the invisible people in our society. Nobody really notices them. So once I remember standing outside and talking to this guy, just trying to know what his life was like. trust me, it was such an interesting and exciting experience. So this segment is going to feature some of the people I know. Some of them might be celebrities, some of them not so. But I'm going to celebrate each one of them for whatever they have done in life. There might be something in somebody that we have no idea about, and they might not be, talking about it or putting it out in the open, just because of sheer humility sometimes, and sometimes maybe because they're embarrassed to do so also. So my goal is to just, kind of bring them into this channel space and get them to speak freely about their life. So that is going to be Who Are You? The last segment is again something very personal to me. Garuzen. Garuzen is my brand. It's my company. As a profession, I am a life coach and a soft skill trainer. So I've been doing this for some time now. I just recently became a life coach, but soft skill training is something that I've been doing for a while. I do a bit of body language training also. So Garuzen would essentially cover this aspect of my personality. I'll give you tips on body language, I'll give you tips on soft skills. I will even try and address some of the issues that we see around as from the perspective of a life coach. So that is what this segment is going to cover. And hopefully we both will learn something along the way, because I believe that as much as you might learn something from me, there's a lot more to learn from you too. So these are the segments that you will come across. So without much delay, let's get on with it. From tomorrow, the idea is to create content as regularly as possible and as much as possible. I know it might be stressful initially, but I think I'm going to enjoy being with you guys and taking this journey with you. So join me and let's have a fun ride.